Good morning students. Now we are starting with the part 7 of our chapter 6, that is life processes, and the topic is human respiratory system. Okay. So before starting the human respiratory system, first we have to understand what is the difference between breathing and respiration. Okay. Some of you may know or may understand that respiration and breathing is equal. No. Respiration and breathing is the different functions. Okay. So we'll see first the difference between the breathing and respiration. We'll see the difference between the breathing and respiration. Now, in the previous lectures, we have already discussed the reaction of photosynthesis. In the previous lectures, we have already discussed about the reaction of photosynthesis. What was the reaction of photosynthesis? You know that carbon dioxide plus water, okay, combines with each other in presence of sunlight, and chlorophyll, gives C6H12O6, that is glucose and oxygen. Okay, so this is the food for the plant. Okay, and plant releases oxygen. This is the reaction of photosynthesis. If you want to balance 6 and 6, now the reaction is balanced. You can see this is the reaction of photosynthesis. Okay, but if we'll write this reaction in a reverse manner, that would be the reaction of respiration. Okay, so see, if we reverse the reaction, that is C6H12O6 plus 6 oxygen. Okay, so it will give carbon dioxide, water plus energy. Okay, energy in form of ATP. ATP, that means adenosine triphosphate. We'll see what is adenosine triphosphate in detail. Now just understand the reaction of photosynthesis is 6CO2 plus 6 water gives glucose and oxygen. Okay, but the reverse reaction of photosynthesis, that is glucose in presence of oxygen, will break down and releases carbon dioxide, water and energy. Okay, glucose in presence of oxygen will break down and releases carbon dioxide, water and energy. In this process, this is the reaction for the respiration. Okay, so this is the reaction for respiration. Now we'll see what is the difference between breathing and respiration. Okay, see, breathing is only a physical process. That means what? When we breathe, that means there is a air exchange between our surrounding and lungs. Okay, the exchange of air, that means carbon dioxide and oxygen between surrounding and the lungs, is known as only breathing. Okay, breathing means the inhalation of air and exhalation of air. But respiration means what? The inhaled oxygen is supplied to the blood vessel through the lungs. Inhaled oxygen is supplied to the blood vessel through the lungs, and that supplied oxygen will be transported to the various cells of our body, and cell will utilize that inhaled oxygen. This process is known as respiration. Respiration means the use of or the utilization of inhaled oxygen by our body cell, okay, is known as respiration. See, when we inhale the oxygen will be transported to the blood vessel through the lungs. Okay, through the lungs, the oxygen will be transported to the blood vessel, and blood will carry the oxygen towards the various cells of our body. That cells will utilize the transported oxygen, and that process is known as respiration. Okay, so there is a difference between the breathing and respiration. We'll see the difference point one by one. We'll see the difference between the breathing and respiration. Here we'll write breathing, and here we'll write respiration. Okay. So we'll see respiration. It is the utilization of inhaled oxygen by our body cells. Okay, it is the utilization of inhaled oxygen by our body cells. Okay, and what is breathing? It is the exchange of air and air, that means oxygen and carbon dioxide. It is the exchange of air between lungs and environment. Okay, what is breathing? It is only the exchange of air, that means oxygen and carbon dioxide, between lungs and the environment. What is respiration? It is the utilization of inhaled oxygen by our body cells. Okay, now second point, in breathing we can write it is physical process. It is physical process, and here we can write it is chemical process. Okay, see, it is physical process. Why it is known as physical process? It is only a process in which air is exchanged between lungs and surrounding. Okay, it is a chemical process. Why? Because the cell will utilize the oxygen and perform the various activities of our body. Therefore, it is a chemical process. Okay, now next, in this process, energy is consumed, and in this process energy releases. Okay, see, in the process of breathing the energy is consumed, but in the process of respiration the energy will be released. Okay, how energy will be released? When the cell will absorb and when the cell will accept the the cell will accept the oxygen which is supplied by our blood vessel, then cell will utilize that oxygen, okay, for to perform various activities of our body and releases energy in the form of ATP. Therefore, in this energy releases, or we can say respiration is exothermic process. Respiration is exothermic process because energy is releases in the respiration. Okay, now the last point for breathing, it does not require any enzyme here you can write enzyme is required. Enzyme is required. See, why it is not required any enzyme? Because it is a physical process, and in the physical process there is no need of any enzymes. But since it is a chemical process, therefore here there is a requirement of enzymes. Clear? So this is the basic difference point between the breathing and respiration. You can write these points or you can take a snapshot. Okay? Okay, I hope you have written. Now, we have understood what is the difference between breathing and respiration. Now we will see there are two types of respiration. The next topic is type of respiration. Okay, types of respiration we will see. Now respiration is of two types. First is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration. aerobic respiration, and second is anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. See, aerobic respiration and second is anaerobic respiration. Now, what is the meaning of aerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration means in presence of air. In presence of air. Aerobic respiration means in presence of air, and anaerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. Okay, aerobic respiration means in presence of air, and anaerobic respiration means in absence of air. In absence of air. An means absence and aerobic means air. Aerobic means in presence of air. So we can define aerobic and anaerobic respiration means the process of respiration. If the process of respiration takes place in the presence of air, then it is known as aerobic respiration. Or if the process of respiration takes place in the absence of air, that is known as anaerobic respiration. See, if the process of respiration takes place in the presence of air, then it is known as aerobic respiration. If the process of respiration takes place in the absence of air, it is known as anaerobic respiration. Clear? So, now we'll see what is the basic reactions of aerobic respiration and anaerobic respirations. So, the heading will be, or the topic would be aerobic respiration. First, aerobic respiration. Now, aerobic respiration, as we have already defined, the process of respiration takes place in the presence of air, then it is known as aerobic respiration. Now, there would be two conditions in the aerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, there are two conditions. We will see. See, first, glucose is breakdown in the presence of oxygen. So, the enzyme which will be formed is known as pyruvate. Pyruvate enzyme is formed. Pyruvate enzyme is formed. Okay. Now, this pyruvate enzyme is breakdown on the dependence of air. On the dependence of amount of air. The pyruvate will break down on the dependence of the amount of air. If there is unlimited oxygen, and if there is limited oxygen, the product will be different. Okay, see, glucose in presence of air, glucose in presence of oxygen will break down and forms a pyruvate. Okay, pyruvate enzyme. Now this pyruvate enzyme will be breakdown in two things depending upon the amount of oxygen. If there is a unlimited oxygen and if there is a limited oxygen. Okay, so if there is unlimited oxygen, so the product will be carbon dioxide, water and 38 ATP. Okay, 38 ATP. But if there is a limited amount of oxygen, then the product will be lactic acid plus 2 ATP only. Lactic acid, okay, plus carbon dioxide plus 2 ATP. See, glucose in presence of air and pyruvate, it is breakdown into two things depending upon the amount of oxygen. If there is unlimited oxygen, there are carbon dioxide, water and 38 ATP as a product. But if there is a limited amount of oxygen, the product will be lactic acid, carbon dioxide and 2 ATP. See, here, since unlimited oxygen is present, that means here the energy is released more, that means 38 ATP. As I have explained you, ATP is the unit of energy. Okay, ATP is a form of energy, or ATP is also known as currency of energy. Okay, you can say it is currency of energy. Okay, now see, energy input 38 ATP, that is more amount of energy if there is unlimited oxygen, and only 2 ATP, that is less amount of energy if there is a limited amount of oxygen. See, unlimited oxygen in our respiration, since there is unlimited amount of oxygen is present, where we are respirating, in our environment unlimited amount of oxygen for us. So that would be, if there is unlimited oxygen, then the product will be carbon dioxide, water and 38 ATP. Okay. And if there is a limited amount of oxygen, the product will be lactic acid. Now what is lactic acid? Okay, there can be a question in your mind, what is lactic acid and what is the effect of lactic acid in the respiration? See, when we work hard, okay, sometimes when we work hard and or we do exercise, okay, when we do exercise for a long period of time and when we work hard, that means there is insufficient supply of oxygen to our lungs. Okay, when we run, when we work hard or when we do yogas and all, then there would be insufficient amount of oxygen which is supplied to our lungs. So if the insufficient amount of oxygen is supplied to our lungs, then the lactic acid will be formed in our cells, body cells or in our muscles. The lactic acid will be formed, and due to this lactic acid only we feel tiredness. Okay, we feel drowsiness or tiredness. Okay, so tiredness or drowsiness is only due to the lactic acid. Okay, when we run, okay, when we run for a long period of time, when we do yoga, there will be there will be limited supply of oxygen, and if there is a limited supply of oxygen to our blood vessels, then the lactic acid will be formed, because glucose will not break down fully. If the glucose will not break down fully due to the limited oxygen, then the lactic acid will be formed and the energy will be only in the amount of 2 ATP. Only 2 ATP will be released. That means we will feel tiredness. See here, 38 ATPs are present. That means more amount of energy is there. Okay, huge amount of energy is there. 38, but here as compared to 38, only 2 ATP. That means very less amount of energy. That means therefore, due to this less amount of energy released, we feel tiredness or drowsiness. So it is the case of, these two are the case of aerobic respiration. Now we will see what is the case of anaerobic respiration. See, if there is a absence of oxygen. See, we have seen if there is unlimited amount of oxygen, then carbon dioxide, water and 38 ATP. If there is a limited amount of oxygen, then lactic acid will be formed and only 2 ATP. But if there is absence of oxygen, okay, if there is an absence of oxygen, then the product will be formed, that is ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus 2 ATP. Ethanol, carbon dioxide plus 2 ATP. See, ethanol, this is alcohol. Okay, now who performs anaerobic respiration? See, okay, now the next topic is anaerobic respiration. So this is the second topic, anaerobic respiration. This is the second topic. Okay, now who performs anaerobic respiration? So you can say in the case of yeast perform anaerobic respiration. So in the absence of air, yeast will break down the carbohydrate or glucose in form of alcohol, carbon dioxide and 2 ATP. Okay, so here also you can see only 2 ATP, that means less amount of energy, and alcohol is the first product of anaerobic respiration. Okay, so glucose or carbohydrate in the absence of air, okay, the yeast will perform the process which is known as fermentation. The process which is performed is known as fermentation, and the first product of anaerobic respiration is ethanol, carbon dioxide and 2 ATP. Okay, so we have seen the two types of respiration, that is aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration have two cases, unlimited amount of oxygen and limited amount of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration means in the absence of oxygen. Okay, in the absence of oxygen. Clear? So ethanol, carbon dioxide and what? 2 ATP. Okay, here also there is only a 2 ATP, that is less amount of energy. Okay, you can write the reaction. the human respiratory system, okay, human respiratory system, we'll see. In human respiratory system, we'll study first external. What are the parts of human respiratory system? Now we are going to see the parts of human respiratory system. So the first part will be external nostrils. Second part would be nasal chamber. Third part would be internal nostrils. The fourth part would be pharynx. Then the fifth part would be larynx. It is also known as sound box. Okay. The sixth part would be pharynx, larynx, then trachea. Okay. That is known as windpipe of our body. Then seventh part is bronchus. Okay. Then the eighth part would be alveoli. Ninth part lungs, and the 10th part would be diaphragm. Now there are 10 parts in our human respiratory system. We are going to see each and every part in detail with the help of well labeled diagram. Okay, so there are 10 parts in human respiratory system. External nostrils, you can see the two nostrils. Then this is the nasal chamber, and the nasal chamber will be opened into the internal nostrils. Last internal nostrils, as we have already seen the diagram, in the digestive system. Then pharynx, it is the common pathway for the food and meat. We know that. Larynx is a sound box. Okay, larynx is a sound box. Then next is trachea, windpipe, and bronchus. Okay, the trachea will again divided into the branches, which is known as bronchus. Then alveoli, the balloon-like structure which is present in our lungs. Okay, air bags we can say. It is alveoli. Then lungs, we know that there are two lungs, right lungs and left lungs. Okay, right lungs is more in weight as compared to left lung. The reason we'll see in next lecture. And the final part is diaphragm. Diaphragm is a dome-shaped structure which is present below the lungs. Okay, so we'll see each and every part in detail with the help of neat and labeled diagram. Okay, so I hope you have understood what we have learned today. So the next part will be continued. I hope you have understood. And one more thing, whenever you are watching the video, take rough notebook and pen and write your doubts. Okay, so you can clear your doubt at the time of Google meeting. Okay, thank you. That was all for today's lecture.